see something strange.
Come with us and you will see. This our town of Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween. Everybody make a scene. Trick or treat. Tell the neighbors gonna die of rain. It's our town. Everybody scream. This town of Halloween.
I am the one hiding under your bed. Teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red.
I am the one hiding under your stairs. Fingers like snakes and spiders in my hair. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 Halloween.
In this town we call home. Everyone hail to the pumpkin song.
In this town, don't we love it now? Everybody's waiting for the next surprise.
Round that corner man hiding in the trash can. Something's waiting at the pounce and how you scream. This is Halloween. Red and black.
It's slimy green.
Aren't you scared?
Well, that's just fine. Say it once, say it twice. Take a chance and roll the dice. Ride with the moon in the dead of night.
Everybody scream. Everybody scream.
I am the clown with the tearaway face.
Here in a flash, gone without a trace.
I am the who and you call who's there. I am the wind blowing through your hair.
I am the shadow on the moon at night, filling your dreams to the brim with fright. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Halloween, 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 Halloween.
Halloween, Halloween. Tinder lumpions everywhere. Life's no fun without a good scare.
That's our job.
But we're not mean in our town of Halloween.
In this town, don't we love it now? Everyone's waiting for the next surprise. Instead of Tin Jack might catch you in the back and
Scream like a banshee, make you jump out of your skin.
this is Halloween. Everybody scream.
Won't you please make way for a very special guy?
Wild Man Jack is king of the pumpkin patch. Everyone hail to the pumpkin king. Now this is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 Halloween.
In this town we call home. Everyone hail to the pumpkin song.
Happy Halloween!
Hello. I'm like a little sick. This is Alex. Hello. I'm a little sick, so like sorry if I'm coughing or if it's like bad, but this is our chill Halloween special. Hello.
And I'm Olivia, and I'm not sick. But I'm probably gonna be because I'm talking at you the whole time. But
The real Halloween terror is fucking germs, I guess.
and
Flu.
the real Halloween nightmare was reality. Anyway, it's Halloween, and you know what that means? I'm gonna go to Chipotle and get a $4 burrito.
She has a horse mask.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Chipotle in a horse mask, and they give you a $4 burrito if you go there in costume.
Delicious. I ordered a vegan pizza, and it took like an hour to come.
That's why we're late.
Yeah, that's why we're late. And then they didn't give me the garlic knots that I ordered with that. It was so sad. But it's okay because the pizza's fucking huge, guys. This is our day.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
dressed
it's
up
really
as
big.
Coraline, if you're wondering.
Yeah, it's really good. She got like boots and like a and she has a perfect hair length and everything.
Bless. And then, oh yeah, Olivia was Wirt last time
Yeah.
for like our Halloween party.
Yeah.
And it was a really good costume.
Yeah.
She has skills. She
I
has
love Word, and I love Over the Garden Wall. And we're going to be discussing that today.
Yeah, second half. Though.
Yes. But first, okay. Well, we got to mention like Megamind like at least once cuz it's obligatory.
Is there a Megamind spooky thing? Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Let's look it up. Cuz like I know there's like Madagascar like Halloween and like Shrek Halloween.
Megamind Halloween costume. Megamind Halloween special.
The Halloween special.
It's the button of doom. Turning myself into Megamind.
Halloween store. I like the wait. Actually, you know what's a true Halloween terror? Go into the images.
Okay.
Look at that mask. Wait. Oh, there was like another. Wait, go back. The first one. Oh my god. If you go into Megamind Halloween. Oh my god, can we change? Oh my, please. Please. We're gonna see if I can try to change our image. Do you have to drag to the desktop first?
Wait, let me see.
Yeah, we're gonna try to put this image in our.
Actually, it doesn't work because it's not like in this. It's like okay, it's fine. We can't do it.
Oh,
We'll just like put
well.
a link in the chat.
Yeah, put a link in the description.
Copy image address.
Anyway. Oh yeah, put it in the chat. for
Thanks,
you.
one viewer.
Yeah, I love you, one viewer. You're amazing. I love you so much. But anyway,
we're gonna talk about Monster House. Hello.
yes, Monster House. Okay, Monster House. So in our tradition of just talking about one-off animated movies from like the late 2000s, the late early 2000s. Monster House. It's by the studio who did Mars Needs Moms, and
Really?
Polar Express.
Really?
Like, cause
I
they did
see
all those
that,
like
yeah.
weird like motion capture stuff, and
Yeah.
I arguably, Polar Express is good too. But I'm gonna.
Polar Express is pretty good.
Yeah, but I think Monster House is their best one.
Really?
Cause or the one that I
Really?
remember the most. Or
I mean, yeah.
Polar. It's debatable. Is Polar
Polar Express is like I don't know. Monster House is definitely weirder and like a cooler concept. But Polar Express just has a lot of like weird heart.
Yeah.
It doesn't really hold up over time though.
Yeah. Didn't Tom Hanks like play every person in that movie besides?
Polar Express?
Yeah. Look it up in Polar Express. It's the weirdest thing. Like I looked at the casting choices. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Polar Express cast: Tom Hanks, Santa Claus, Josh Hutcherson is Hero Boy. Don't know what that means.
No, but like.
Okay, let me see. I'll look at this.
Yeah, if you look at the, like, Tom Hanks, Hero Boy,
Oh.
Father, Conductor, Hobo, Scrooge, and
and-
Santa Claus.
What
Like,
does
he
that mean?
plays, like,
He's
a
like
ton of...
flexing his skills.
Yeah, or, like, I don't know if it's supposed to be, like, look, it's like Captain Hook, where the father and Captain Hook are played by the same person. Isn't that funny? It means something. But, like, I don't remember the movie that, like, I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I don't remember a lot from that movie. I remember, like, the scene where they're in the train.
Yeah, and the hot
you
chocolate.
know, in the Polar Express.
Wait, and
where
they're, like-
in the train.
And they go, hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know the fucking
I
song.
remember when they're on the top and they talk to that one dude who's just like chilling on the top of the thing in a lawn chair or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about? Yeah.
And then I remember there's like Rude Boy, and there's Cool Girl, and there's Train, and then they try to explore the train, and it's very cozy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very cozy movie.
Yeah.
Like the scene when they get to like the North Pole and stuff.
Yeah.
good.
I'm like, oh, that's the Christmas spirit. But Monster House, okay, if Polar Express has the Christmas spirit, Monster House definitely has the Halloween spirit.
Oh my god.
I
mean, you're
love
right.
this movie. It really scared me.
Yeah, it really scared me as a kid too. I don't know, it's just like really off-putting.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I hate it.
Maybe it's the mocap that they use, but it has this like uncanny like valley kind of thing going on where it's like
the colors aren't really pretty at all. It's
Yeah.
just very, like,
yeah, it's like I mean, I haven't watched it in so long, so I feel like I'm
Yeah.
not going to be able to talk about this like very specifically, but I remember the scene at the beginning. I remember the scene at the beginning where the little girl is biking down the on the road and she's like, "Hello leaves. Hello trees. Yeah." And like I was like, "Wow." And then she gets to the monster house and then like she like I don't know, something happens to like her trike.
Oh, yeah.
And then
she, like, gets stuck
yeah.
like, on a leaf or something in front of the house, and the dude's like, what the fuck? Get out of my
Yeah.
property.
Yeah, and he's like, "Get it out of here!" And I was like, I remember the old man coming out and like that image really staying with me because like he's really fucking scary. Like,
I don't like him.
yeah, and then it's the story follows little boy. I totally forgot his name, but I know that I was rewatching clips of it recently. But like
Oh.
the kid who's his friend,
Yeah.
his name's Chowder.
Really? Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah. And,
And,
like, cool Girl Scout girl.
Yeah, she's oh my god, like yeah, and then like she's all like cool and like they both are like she's so cute, and then she's like,
It's like, fuck you.
yeah, she's like whatever. Yeah,
I'm a
which
Girl Scout.
is yeah, she's a Girl Scout, and I forget like what happens, like what starts there. I think I'm gonna have to look up the synopsis because I haven't watched this in such a fucking long time.
I know. I used to watch it like. My parents would go to the gym and they'd bring me to like the daycare section.
Yeah.
And there were certain movies that we would watch like every day. Like I went there a lot because my mom was like, I love going to the gym, and I'd come because I was like, oh, I like talking to other children, and like I'd play my DS there. But they would play Monster House like every day, as well as Ratatouille and Toy Story 2 and like Cars. And so I have all those movies like very like ingrained into my brain, and that's where we're at. Also, my contact, like, he is, like, in the right way, but I guess my sickness is manifesting as my contact being shitty. That's why I keep patting my eye and, like, crying. I just love Monster House so much.
Just like, tears in your eyes. You're like,
It's so fucking stressful.
I love Monster House so fucking
Toy
much.
Story 2, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. And then, I'm sorry. Guys, press F in the chat to pay respects to Alex's contact.
Fuck that.
But oh my fucking Dan Harmon wrote the screenplay for this movie.
What did he do?
Rick and Morty.
What the fuck? He did. He totally did.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
like that.
It's not fucking loading.
You
The
uncovered
Wi-Fi in
some
here is
lore.
bad. But maybe we can look it up here on the computer. Like just press
where
like
we-
just like Monster House, like the plot.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to go through it and see if I can remember it. It was a book first. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. No adults believe 3 youths is Mitchell Musso, who's on
Mitchell
fucking
Musso.
Hannah Montana.
Weird casting.
Yeah, assertion that the neighboring residence is a living creature that means them harm. With Halloween approaching, the trio must find a way to destroy the structure before innocent trick-or-treaters meet ghastly ends. That's right. It's like they have a ticking clock, which is Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember like the scene explaining the lore of the house with the lady who died, and she was like from the circus or whatever. It was like some weird ass
I do
shit.
not remember that.
Really?
I feel maybe I haven't. I'm being like really like let's talk about Monster House. I only remember
like,
2 scenes.
So horny to talk about Monster House. Like, okay.
I'm a fake fan.
Doesn't
Oh
remember.
my god! But I remember like just the stakes being really high and the kids being very rude and full of boyish attitude.
That's true. Yeah, I did like that because they were all fucking rude.
Yeah.
And, like, annoying, and the kids, like especially the boys, I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're being
Yeah.
So rude.
And then like basically like there's like this one scene like the old man really scared me in that movie.
Hmm.
And then like I guess the house itself really scared me because I'm like it
Yeah.
could like eat me up with its
Mhm.
splintery teeth.
Yeah.
And
I
then at
did
the
like that.
end it like evolves into this giant like thing. Cuz like I was watching clips and like they hollowed out like the like
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know, like, what
They,
happened?
like, blow up the house or something?
Yeah,
like,
at the
house
end.
gets like desecrated. Or something.
yeah, and it's like one of those like movies where you're like how is like nobody else seeing this? Like
I know.
it's like a neighborhood like
Yeah.
how is
and
no
then-
one else seeing
And
this?
all the people that were swallowed up by the house like fell out, and they were there, and everybody's like, oh, there they are, which is like weird because everybody in the town isn't like, hey, where are all these kids going? Like, why are there people missing? They're
Yeah.
Just like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of like nobody knows what's going on except for the kids, which is
Mm.
always a scary like thing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like what other movies are like? I mean, I guess like Paranorman.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Wow, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Oh god.
We're in the upside down. Dude, this person in the elevator the other day said that I looked like the dude Steve
Yeah.
from Stranger Things, and I think that's really nice of them to say.
Yeah. It was good, and he's like,
my
he looked-
husband, my BF,
husbands.
I guess, or just my friend, just somebody I think would be a cool bud.
yeah, Steve, I want to be friends with you, bro. Yeah, but oh wait, I want to talk about a little bit about Paranorman before we
Paranormal. Okay,
before
yeah,
we go
sorry.
into like Over the Garden Wall. But the last thing I remember about Monster House is the part where like she's like, you can do this, DJ, and she's like, she like gives him like a kiss on the mouth.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Before like he goes off to like crawl across this thing and like explode the house, and then he's like, I just kissed a girl on the lips. And like I remember like seeing that as a kid and being like, this is so fucking weird. Like
I know,
what's
it's
going
like,
on?
what? This is how kids actually act.
Yeah, I was like I guess it's sweet, but like I don't know. It's
I
like
don't know
that
about
grand
that one.
tradition of like this it's like a young girl, but like she's like a fantasy for like all the other kids, and it's like what's going
true,
on?
Because, like, normal, I feel like any girl I knew would have never like kissed a dude on the cheek or whatever, or
Yeah.
like kissed him like on the mouth, and I'm always like, I don't know what like
This is about
what fantasy world is this? Like,
yeah. So
I don't know, like romance, like with kids being portrayed in movies, I never related to. Like, I never saw that in my own life at all.
yeah,
Even though I wasn't like super fucking popular,
Yeah.
it wasn't like that for me. So
Yeah.
I'm always confused.
I think I crushes with kids is okay, but like I never really related to like I
Oh,
like
yeah.
I mean I guess in like a childlike sense I did, where it's like, oh look, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, he like, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, yeah, I never related. I always got kind of weirded out by like romance with kids. I was like, ew,
Yeah,
what the
it's-
hell is this?
Ew.
Ew, ew. Yeah, but
Alright.
Paranorman.
Paranorman is one of my favorite movies. Like a fucking
Yeah,
like I don't
like
know.
a pwned my ass.
Yeah, they pwned us. Fucking Coraline and Paranorman.
Mm-hmm.
Good Halloween movies.
Yes,
Paranorman, just love it. Like
it's great.
the fucking like atmosphere, like all the sets and stuff. Like I read the art of book one time, and it's like so good and so interesting. I love the concept art and the visual development and stuff.
Yeah,
Really
it's
good.
absolutely. I would like draw like a lot of Paranorman after I saw that movie. Yeah, it was just
Dude.
I love the look of that movie, and I love like I always love like ooh, New England lore about
Yeah.
like, you know,
Mhm.
creepy witches and like, you know, skeletons and
Mhm.
pumpkins and like demons. I'm like, oh, love it. Like, you know, headless
Yeah.
horsemen, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, it's just like, like, it's like, I don't know, like, Norman's a great character too, because he's like, I don't know, like usually it's like there's like people who try to write a shy kid and be like, oh, I'm just shy all the time.
Yeah.
But like
he's
Norman,
not really shy. He's just
yeah.
like quiet, and he's like done with everyone. Like,
Yeah.
he's very much like, I guess they don't get me. Like I'll just live on my own, and like I get myself, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like. He's not constantly like, I can see ghosts. Like if people ask him, he's like, yeah, it's because I can see the dead, and they're like, haha, fuck you. But he's never.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's very like weirdly at peace with his loneliness. It's
yeah,
kind of weird.
I know. He's like, and I think it's just like other kids just giving him a hard time that like makes him sad.
Yeah.
And I think that whole movie's about like, you know, bullies and like
Yeah.
and like you know, people. It's like how like the cycle of bullying like persists.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, it's just like so good, and like I don't know, like
It's a
all
really
the
good movie.
character. Yeah, and like I also minor detail about Norman that I love. I like that he likes horror movies a lot.
Yeah. No, I feel like there's so many little details in that movie. And
Yeah.
It's really good. Leica does that, and you're just like, like
I
the
know.
fucking realism of the world, the
Yeah, it's
immersive
so
feelings.
good.
Yeah.
And like, what was I gonna say? Oh, here's my Paranorman theory.
Mm.
Okay, I know people in like the Paranorman like fandom, like some people like ship Aggie and Norman. I feel as though like, I feel like for some reason when I see them side by side, I feel like they're distant relatives. Am I wrong? YN.
Aggie's the witch girl?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like that's like, yeah. I feel like that's kind of there.
Yeah, or
Like,
I don't know. That's
there's
what I
nothing
saw
that's
it.
like canon, but like
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a romantic thing.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like it's like a more of a symbolic like family thing.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Cause like they're both being like persecuted for their powers.
Yeah.
And I think, doesn't she say she can talk to ghosts? In like the court, she's like,
Yes.
I can talk to the dead, and like they're like she was playing with like electricity and fire or like something.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, I don't remember.
Maybe she has different powers. I don't know.
I don't remember. But
Yeah.
that would be cool. That would be like, hey, look, they're family. Like,
Yeah.
very directly.
And they look like very similar too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh,
It's
that's
supposed to be,
interesting.
like the parallels. Like,
Yeah.
She's ostracized.
The
he's ostracized.
paranorman.
Paranormal elves.
The paranormal elves. The parallel. The parallorman.
Paralormans.
The
Paralore.
paralorman.
Paralorman.
That's the fucking lore. Yeah,
Wow.
but.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Ooh.
Oh boy. I don't know. Like, I mean, what other things do I love about Paranorman? I love character design. I love all the good stuff. I love Norman. I liked his sister.
Oh.
Yeah, at the beginning,
his sister
yeah.
It's kind of a dick, but
Yeah.
she develops, I guess, a little.
I just like Anna Kendrick as her.
She's the girl?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's great.
Isn't that awesome?
That's really
yeah.
great.
And I like and then I like the Jock character too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gay
He's
icon,
gay
I
icon.
guess. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I feel
What do you
like
think?
at that time, watching the movie, I'm like, this. They kind of play it off as a joke,
Yeah.
so I feel like it's not really representation. But like,
Agreed.
I like being funny, like, haha, like,
Got
we
him.
got the gays.
Yeah. Yeah, I think and like I guess I remember like watching that in theaters with like my friends and like then when he's like, Kathy, that's so great. You're gonna love my boyfriend. I was like, ah! I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. I was like, must have been like middle school. I was like, oh my god, yes! And like all my friends were like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing?
This is so awesome sauce, guys.
Guys, it's so
The
epic.
gays are epic.
But and then
God.
yeah.
What if she just started doing the cup song, you know?
Oh my
Anna
god.
Kendrick.
Oh my, she's just like, well, I just have one thing to say to that. I've got a ticket for the long way round.
Go on, Olivia. Keep going.
I don't know it that well.
That's
Actually,
okay. I know it, but
I
I'm
might
not
have told you this, but one of the people in my middle school, so it's because we had like a graduation ceremony. Like
Mm.
we all like this one girl like she for our because like each pod had to like give their graduation song
Oh, okay.
and or sorry, not graduation song, graduation speech.
Oh, okay.
And like and like they were like, I'm so proud of my pod, and we did this and they wrote like a nice little like speech and like they said it. So there'd be like 3 speakers.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the speakers, her name was Rebecca. She's very nice, but basically like she did the cup song, but like she modified the lyrics to like make it about our school. So like it was
Okay.
very of its time.
Icon. Yeah.
She was like, I got it, and then she's like, I'm gonna miss Bedford Middle School. Don't just forget that I said that. I'm gonna miss blank middle school. Da 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 da. And like, I was singing, and everyone's like, yeah, go off, Rebecca. Yeah,
Wig.
wig.
The legend stepped out, huh?
The legend really stepped out that
What
day.
if she just started singing the Troll soundtrack? Haha. You know, like Anna Kendrick was in Trolls. I got lots of Anna Kendrick references for you. It's only those 2.
2 of them,
I
to
have
be
2 of
exact.
them. Damn.
God,
Okay.
but wait.
What else? Trolls is a Halloween movie.
Is it?
And we're off. Goodbye.
What the fuck?
It's not. But trolls are
Oh my
spooky.
God.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you want to play?
Okay. Explain the song.
Okay, so we're gonna do an interlude song now before we talk about Over the Garden Wall. It's a little song that I love. It's on the Over the Garden Wall soundtrack, but it's not a song in the show that plays for a really long time.
Very niche.
Yeah, but it's very chill, but like I cry over it and I listen to it a lot.
I'm glad. It's called Send Me a Peach.
Yeah. It plays in the song or the episode where they're on the boat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Never dreamed that there'd come a day when I'd find myself far from your arms. Now that I am, I can hardly stand not to be near your sweet southern charms. Send me a peach from old Georgia, down where the Savannah flows. If I could have one bite of Georgia, I would feel right here at home. I miss the shady old lanes there, walking with you by my side. Just send me one peach from Georgia, just so I know you'll be mine. I hope that you won't forget me before my road leads back to you. Though the winter may bring the whole world to its knees, the spring shall return with its fruit. The wind here is ready for winter. It seems to turn everything blue. So just send me one little peach, just a sweet sunny piece of you.
I love Over the Garden Wall so much. It's my favorite cartoon in the world.
I think it's mine too.
Oh,
I like it a lot.
it's so good.
I remember it was around the time where like I started really getting into animation, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to do this.
Oh.
And like I watched this on that Google Drive folder.
Yeah, there was the famous Google Drive folder that, you know, everybody who couldn't get it. Because I bought.
Didn't watch it live.
Yeah, who everyone didn't watch it live or like could buy a DVD would watch it.
Mhm.
But I did buy I bought the art book, and I did buy like
The
Did
DVD.
I got the soundtrack.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I support the show financially.
Did you get it on vinyl or like CD?
Final.
Oh, did you get the one like the special edition one with like the
Oh, I don't know.
like the cover that was on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that.
Oh,
It has that case on
cool.
it. It's
That's so cool.
it's
I'm
really
lost
good.
After that, I'm like, I wish, because like
No,
now they don't sell it
seriously.
anymore. But I got the DVD.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice. I don't know if I don't have the DVD, but I love Over the Garden Wall so much, and
It's very special.
It's very special. It's a great cartoon because it's like not like super like, you know, trying to be so many things at once, or like it's just its own little thing. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I
like
feel like it has tons
yeah.
of influences though. I feel like
Yeah.
it's just very different influences than everything else that's on TV. you know?
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I just remember it feeling like, because like I feel like there's a lot of shows where it's just like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this, and like, or like sometimes there'll be like a tone to a show, which is nice, but like sometimes it'll feel like a little like we gotta keep the audience in, but like Over the Garden Wall is like, no, it's quiet, it's atmospheric, it's funny but like dry humor, and like I don't know, it's just like a fun little romp.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love that it's only like 10 episodes or whatever. Like I love that it's so short and very like planned out. Like everything is very, I don't know. I like that. I like that format. Like I think if I ever worked on a TV show, that'd be like the ideal. Like a
Yes.
short one like that.
Yeah.
You can do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Make it its own little like contained storyline,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
hmm Memories of watching it when you were younger.
Ooh, well, I mean, watching it on the Google Drive, and, I don't know, just like, well, okay, I remember when I first saw a clip of it,
Oh.
which, it was before, it was like a year, or maybe even 2 years before the thing actually came out, but it was a clip from, it was about, like, upcoming things at Cartoon Network and stuff, and, like, they just did, like, a little, like, show of, like, and then it was a clip from the pilot, and it was,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
John Crops coming out and being like,
Oh.
can't you see I'm lonely as
Oh.
can be, and then we're like, huh? What's that going on? And, like, I
Wow.
remember, like, watching all the stuff for Cartoon Network and being like, oh, that's cool, and then seeing that and being like, huh? Like, what's that? And
Mhm.
being like, not really knowing what it was gonna be, but being like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, huh.
Wow. What
Yeah.
Kind of prophecy.
It was
That's
it was
really cool.
it was a lot, but and then I mean other things. I watched it with my sister,
Mhm.
and then I think I showed my dad it as well, because like I always go to my dad for like, I'm like, oh, this animated stuff. Look at it, dad, and he's like, oh, that's so cool. But yeah, and then I remember showing my cousins it the year after and being like, oh, you gotta watch this, guys. It was like, I think I was spending like a summer, like I was during the summer, but like I would like we would like just go through it and like we watch it at night, and I remember them like being like, oh, it's so cool, but then like like I showed them like the Auntie Whispers episode, and like they started
Oh.
crying and I was like,
Oh my
oh,
God.
maybe it's too much.
Yeah, my mom, like, whenever I talk to her about it, she's like, oh, that one's sad, or, like, that one's scary. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? 'Cause I
It
feel like that
is.
show is, like, it's very, like, it's not really sad in the end. Like, it is kind of, like, quiet and kind of, like, I don't know, it's very chill.
Yeah.
Very, like, a little, like, somber, but at the end, it's very, like, bittersweet. And, like,
Yeah.
oh, like, the leaves are falling down. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just...
It's
yeah.
like, and it doesn't have to, like, I don't think it outright says, like, here's the message of this. Which is, like, I mean, I always find when I write, I always find myself falling into that trap where I'm like, here's what I'm trying to say with this. And, like, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like with Of the Garden Wall, it's just, like, and this is it. Like, this is my story.
Yeah,
and
take
it's,
what you want from this.
yeah, and it's very beautiful, and I love it. And, yeah, I just remember, like, showing everybody, like, all my, like, my friend Chloe, my neighbor, like,
Yeah.
that, being like, look at it, and she's like, oh my god, and, like, we would, like, watch it together, and she, like, loves, like, the spooky stuff in it, and she'd be like, oh, it's so cool.
Oh, cool.
But, yeah, I don't know, yeah.
I mean, I watched it with my brother the first time. I remember, like, I was watching it on Google Drive, and I was like, oh, what is this? And I watched, like, couple minutes, and like the opening scene where like you see Word and Greg for the first time came on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, I gotta get my brother to watch this. And I got him. He's probably like 7 years younger than me. But
Oh my
like
god.
he like I was like, oh, you're gonna love this. Like you should watch this with me. And we were still like in like our old house, and so I remember very specifically we were like sitting behind the couch and just watching this. My brother was like, wow, and we were both like, wow, and it was just like. I don't know. With my brother, it's so nice because when we watch cartoons, I feel like we're on the same level. Like, even though he's much younger, I'm always like, we both understand. We can talk about this.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
It's me and my siblings, too. Like, that's so... It's nice having a sibling cartoon to watch, which this definitely is. It's because it's also about siblings, too, which is great.
I know, I'm like, the parallels between me and my brother Word and Greg. Like,
God.
it's just so easy to project onto those fucking characters.
Exactly. They're so good. And, like... I was telling you, I'm like, I know this is cursed to say, but like, if I was to kin a character, I mean, it's not cursed, but like, I was like, if I were to kin a character, it would definitely be Word. Like, he's like, it's like, when it's like, there's like this thing where it's like, take 3 characters to describe yourself. And like, the first character is always in my mind. I'm like, oh, Word.
I feel okay, what are the other 2? Come on.
Okay. For some reason, I came up with this like a while ago, so I don't really... These are, like, animated characters, but, like...
Oh, yeah, I remember that thing on Twitter.
Yeah, there was, like... I thought Luigi from Mario.
Hell yeah.
And then...
Luigi energy. I respect that.
Thank you. And then I always... I mean, I hoped one day to be as super confident as her, but, like... the girl from Kiki's Delivery Service, who's the artist in the woods.
Oh, I could see that, dude.
I just like her, like, energy. Like, I always, when I watch her, I'm like, I, like, feel you. Like hell yeah. Yeah, like, she's just in the woods, and she's, like, I don't know, like, she's, like, hey, Kiki, like, she's like, stay still, I'm trying to draw you. And then she's, like, all this stuff, and she's, like, friends with, like, the crows, and then, like, she's, like, we all have to find our own inspiration, Kiki. Like, and there's, like, a time where, like, I couldn't really draw, like, that much, and, like, but, like, then I had to, like, take a break and, like, you know, really reconnect, and I was like, damn. Like, damn. But, yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. But, Word. And, yeah.
Wait, I want to say my 3 characters.
Yes! Go!
God, I don't remember what I put. I know 2 of them. Veronica Sawyer from Heathers. And Marceline from Adventure Time. I think I was like, if you combine these 3 characters, then that would be me.
Yeah, you have, like, the chillness of Marceline in you.
That's
like,
so kind.
the rocker attitude.
Oh my god. Fuck!
Well, what can I say?
God. I think there was another character. I don't know.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Okay. Trying to think of something.
It's hard to think of it in the moment.
Okay, Marceline, yes. Veronica Sawyer, yes. Like, to all the viewers out there, she, like, literally looks like Veronica Sawyer. It's kind of insane.
So nice.
But, I'm trying to think of, like, a show that we both watch. Ooh, let me think. Let me see.
I think it was someone... Wait, fuck. This is so thrilling for one viewer.
Oh, I know.
What?
Megamind.
Hey, can you shut up?
Am I right?
And your fucking minion.
Oh my god. No, that's...
Yeah. Let's tell you guys a story.
Oh my god.
We went to the Halloween party, which was at a bowling alley. and we were playing bowling, and you get to enter your names. You get to make your little like fucking characters, haha. And I put in Megamind.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what should I put? And she's like, Megamind. I was like, okay. Olivia goes up there and puts in Minion, and then the whole time, I guess we're fucking role playing.
Yeah,
we're not even like
we're role playing.
Highlight of my night, I think. Like the whole time, I'm like, I don't know about this party, but we're just doing that. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is so funny.
I know, and like Alex would roll, and then I would be like, "Great job, sir." And like I'd be like,
Oh my
"Here,
God.
just doing my job, sir."
I'd be like, thanks for your support.
Yeah.
I don't know what Megamind
Minion.
is. I didn't want to say Minion. I feel like I was like, no.
That would take
there.
it too far.
Yeah, I feel like then we were really role playing.
God.
I was like, why didn't we dress up as Megamind and Minion? Why weren't
I
we
know-
like Megamind characters? The hell?
Cause we're cowards.
Fucking stupid.
Cause we're fake fans. We didn't fully commit. We didn't fully live the Megamind life.
Right, we're fucking cowards. God, am I crying?
No.
No.
Fuck. Well, you know what? There'll always be other days. Just because we
Other
lost that one.
Halloweens.
Yeah, exactly. Just because we
Yeah.
lost that one day doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that, every Halloween's gonna be lost. Just like Wirt and Greg were lost in the unknown.
That's true. Oh
On
my God.
Halloween.
On Halloween.
Yeah. One
Oh
of
my
their
God.
one of their original ideas was that they were gonna like go into like the unknown and like on Halloween, and then they were gonna come back and it would be Christmas time.
Oh.
What do you think of that?
It'd be weird. Well, I mean, symbolically, I guess that's like it'd be a very different show, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know the end is like, oh, snow, and like it's winter, but it's very like fall kind of snow. Like, you still get that fall feeling, and then you come back and it's still fall. I don't know, I feel like it adds to the tone of the show. Like,
Agreed.
the whole atmosphere of the show was so good. It's
Yeah.
what makes a lot of it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many good, like, references in it, like, too, because it's like an amalgamation of, like, all these, like, old-timey, like, stories, but it's like its own little cohesive thing, and I'm like, yummy.
I know.
But, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you let me borrow the art book. Like, the first couple weeks we were here, which, thank you so much. It was, like, an experience. It was just so cool. Like, looking at all the process. And, like, it took so long to actually make the show.
Yeah.
And, like, it was so hard to make that show, apparently. Like, it just took a lot of time to make all the backgrounds because everything's so intricate. And, like, I don't know. It's just, like, so cool. It's just an inspiring show. I think about it a lot.
Yeah. It's, like, I love, like, I think the art direction on that show is, I think it's my favorite Cartoon Network art direction
I could feel
ever. Like, I don't know, it's like, I hope that, like, there'll be, like, a rise of, like, kind of, like, earth tone cartoons. Where it's, like, where the colors aren't, I mean, okay. I love when colors pop, and I think that's, like, the idea. It's like, look at the screen. Whoever's watching, look at the screen. Like, look at the show.
I mean, it depends on the atmosphere of the show. I think a lot of shows have very, like, fun, like, lighthearted atmosphere. So they're like, oh, look at I just want, like, diversity in, like, the atmosphere and, like, the aesthetic of a show.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I think just, like, I don't know, like, to have, like, because it's, like, I don't know, it's, like, to have it, like, in this kind of, like, spooky time, like, aesthetic. It just makes it, like, it just, I don't know, like, it brings this, like, really, like, melancholy atmosphere, like, and it reminds me of, like, there's, like, it kind of, like, it reflects, like, Wirt's mental state, too, like, where he's, like, I think, like, Pat McHale once said, like, I was, like, reading his, like, Tumblr blog, and he's, like, yeah, like, we're, like, the whole idea of the unknown is, like, it's, like, you know, the reason it's so tempting is because, like, Wirt's, like, less afraid of death than he is of life. Like, he's like, he openly welcomes, like, death, and I'm like, oh. It makes me so sad.
Yeah, Wirt is very much like, I don't know. I mean, our school kid thing to say, but like, I relate to him so much, and like, I don't know, it's just so good at, like, showing the height of, like, high school. Just, like, what am I doing? Who am I? Like, this sucks, and, like, I don't know. It's a very good, like, is it a coming of age story? Do you think it's a coming of age?
It's
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is too. Because I think that at the beginning, Wirt wouldn't have, he wouldn't have, gone back to the, he wouldn't have gone back to reality.
Oh.
Like at the beginning of the show, I
Mhm.
feel like he would have taken the lantern. Like if he
Yeah.
knew like what was going on. But I feel like at the end, like he kind of learns about like he's like, hey, you know what? Maybe life isn't that scary. You know, maybe like it's like I have like responsibilities to like my little brother and to like,
Mhm.
you know, to just keep going.
He's
I-
grown a lot.
Yeah, he's just
very,
grown.
Like,
Yeah.
He just cares a lot. And you're
Yeah.
just like, oh.
Oh, I'm all okay because I'm all about little details in cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Something I love in Over the Garden Wall. I love that he and Greg like I like when he's like we're brothers because my mom remarried and gave birth to him as my stepdad and I was it's like wow, it's like because I feel like I can't really list a lot of cartoons where it's like the siblings are I mean there's probably a lot of cartoons like that but like where it's like the brothers are step brothers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
can't
like that.
think of any off the top of my head. And it's like
Different family
yeah.
units.
And there's like some like plot there. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you know, like my stepbrother, not the same as my real brother.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Very interesting.
But at the end, I feel like he's like my little brother.
bro.
Yeah.
My
My you quoted me. You asked me like on that night of the party. You were like, oh, you were like say something funny that Wirt would say, and I'm like. Greg, no! Don't! It's like, are you okay? Oh my god, there are leaves growing inside of you.
I'm like, can you just give me a funny, lighthearted quote, like a word? She's like, the climax of the movie where his brother fucking dies. I'm like,
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, another thing I love about Over the Garden Wall, it's based on Dante's Inferno.
Really?
It is, yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's like where they go
Is
to
it really?
they go to like cuz they're in limbo, so like they go to like okay, they're guided by a guide called Beatrice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're fucking right. What the hell?
Yeah, they go into hell. They like face all these stuff and like they
What the hell?
yeah, and
Dante.
and then like and Dante's a poet just like Wirt.
Whoa.
And he has and I think like I don't know if it's Dante or the person who's like also with him like the little like fool character
Mhm.
who has like the like a red hat on. Someone has a red hat.
I think it's Dante.
Yeah, Dante might have a red, and so that's why Wirt has a red hat.
Is it based on Inferno or like the Purgatory one?
I'm not sure. I think it's Dante's Inferno. If that's the one where it's like at the end they enter like the final circle of hell and it's frozen
Oh,
over.
yeah, yeah,
That's
it's,
why
like,
it's snowing
Saint
at the
Anus.
end. Yeah.
Oh.
That is because
what the
it's
f-
right.
I hate this.
And then like and then there's ice and he falls into the water because there's ice.
Oh my god.
Right?
What the hell?
Isn't that so good?
That's really good and
Yeah.
like weirdly deep.
No-
They don't really need this.
Yeah,
so, like,
they
it works
do-
really well.
Yes. And like I'm trying to think of other things. If you look it up online, like yeah, wait, I'm gonna try to look up on my phone.
Oh my god, we gotta go soon actually.
Oh,
Like
oops.
in a
Okay,
minute.
sorry.
Which is-
All right. But Over the Garden Wall is Dante's Inferno, and I love that they referenced Winkin', Blinkin', and Todd in
Oh,
that
yeah.
the episode where Greg Goes to Dreamland, and they also referenced all the Alice comedies and stuff, like
Oh.
all the ones that Walt Disney used to do
Yeah,
before he did Oswald and Mickey Mouse and
Oh, God. There's a lot of tension. God. We'll
Over the
talk,
Garden
we can
Wall.
talk more about it next week. 'cause I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like-
Sorry.
I think we're gonna rewatch it today, right?
Yes, I would
Yeah?
love
So then
to.
we'll talk about it if we do.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, I'd
Um,
love to.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Mm.
just feel so at peace thinking about it.
Mm.
But it's like we're gonna play a song.
Yes, we're gonna play a song.
ASMR.
We're gonna play a song from Over the Garden Wall.
We're gonna play.
Oh, Patient is the Night, every pony. It's a good song. Happy Halloween. Happy
Yeah.
trick-or-treating.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good day,
May
good
the
week.
Halloween spirit always be in you. And
Just like it's ass eating hours. Goodbye. Thanks for listening.
it's ass-eating hours.
Among the fields of straw and stover, clocked in till the work day's over. Time's a gentle stream, longer than it seems. Patient is the night. How long to see her face now? Her starry moonlit gaze now. I know she's never late, still anxiously I read. patient is the night. I know she's never late, still anxiously I read. Patient is the night.